What's up, guys? Welcome to the first edition of 3 Views, 3-minute reviews in video format. Yes, we are doing this. Finally! Oh my god! I can't believe it. We made it. This is the first edition. So yeah, 3-minute reviews of books I enjoyed reading and putting out there in a video format, and I hope you enjoyed as well. So today's book review is about Ayobami Adebayo's Stay With Me. So let's talk about the kind of brilliant cover design this is. This seafoam green with the Ankara pattern dress on the side that is half cut here and continues here, but more on the cover design later. So first off, the story is about this lady Yejide meets Akin, they fall in love, they get married, and then as the marriage progresses they find out that they are unable to bear children. So they're trying to overcome it, and then Akin's mother butts in, as it's typical with a lot of these families. She butts in and she's accusing Yejide of being unable to bear children. She says she says a woman's job is to manufacture children. So if Yejide cannot manufacture a child for them, then she should step aside. But she's not asking her to leave the marriage, she should step aside and let another woman come and fulfill that role. And she had a theory that children call on to other children. So if another woman should come and conceive a child for Akin, that she'll call on to the children that are supposed to come out from Yejide's womb. So Yejide tries to battle this, and then it forces her. So somebody advises her to go meet this prophet. It's this prophet Josiah, who was on the mountain. And then she goes to meet Prophet Josiah. So Josiah makes her to do some bizarre rituals, and eventually she comes back, and a month later her belly is protruding, she's pregnant, and then she goes for tests. She's happy, and everybody's excited that she bears that she has a child, she has conceived, she has a child, but we do not know whose child it is. Is it Prophet Josiah's child, or is it Akin's child? Now the whole story is about how Yejide surpasses and surmounts these challenges. So I really recommend that you read this book to find out how it goes on. I enjoyed reading it. The story was set in the 80s. Although I didn't find much use for it, it could have well been set in the 60s or in the 2000s, and, or even in the future. I don't think the settings in the 80s really affected or shaped a lot of the story. There are references to the political turmoil that was peculiar to being in the 1980s in Nigeria, then the Orca coup, and how the military regime were hesitant to hand over to the civilian government. The references to that, I don't find that shaping how the story was going. So it could have well been set in any other time. So the main story, the heart of the story is in the 1980s, but then we were being introduced to an alternate timeline in 2008 about how the story progresses. So as the story matures and progresses in the 1980s, we also see snippets of what's going on in the year 2008. So I found that to be very intriguing. It was delightful to see. Another thing that was brilliant about this author that I enjoyed was how it was her string of words. It wasn't flamboyant in the use of metaphors and imagery. She was straight to the point. She was concise and clear cut. So there was how her writing warped time. Didn't make you feel like a lot has happened. You just see that one minute this happens, and the next minute this sort of thing has happened. Somebody has matured, and somebody is bigger than how they were used to. So you don't get to see how time flies by in the narrative. So about the hard copy quality, I love it. It was just brilliant. It was minimal yet exquisite. I just enjoyed it. It was brilliant. And then it had this inner flap inside, so it made it look almost like it was a jacket, but it isn't a jacket at the same time. So I just found that interesting, and yeah, it was really good. And one thing is, guys, this particular print I got from Cassava Republic is in brown pages. It's in brown pages, guys. Like, I don't know about you, but it's in brown pages. I don't know about you, but books in brown pages supersede in my dictionary, supersede white pages. Like, I particularly love the Yoruba, the accents out atop the alphabet. It kind of made for I would like to say an authentic rendering of the Yoruba name Adebayo Ayobami. And so this was published in Nigeria. This was brilliant. This was published in Nigeria by Wida Books. Because this copy I got from Cassava Republics in Abuja, Cassava Republic bookstore in Abuja is 3,000 naira, so you can obtain it from there. By the way, this is not a sponsored post. I'm just a book reviewer. And but I found it interesting that inside the book there was no. From inside, we just went straight to the acknowledgement and then part one to the story. There's no the usual acknowledgement and listing of ISBN and all rights reserved and the address of the publisher. Although the address of the publisher is written behind and you can see the ISBN number, even the website is written behind. All of that is there. But the all rights reserved, the legal terms that come with books about all parts of this book should not be duplicated or used. So I don't get it. If I were to take a part of this book and present it as mine, am I legally bound to make reference to it because that's not explicitly stated in the book? So I don't know. I just found that odd. This author is not resident in Nigeria, so this book has also been published in the UK and in the US. I'll leave a link and description to that. To full review, I gave a full part review of it on my website. You could read the full text review, so I'll leave a link to it below. And so go out, guys. And Cassava Republic, if you haven't heard about it, in Abuja, it's opposite the entrance to Sheraton Hotel. So if you just drive in, shop 62B, I think it is, Arts and Craft Village. So yeah, so let me know what you think about the book review. This was supposed to be 3 minutes. It's horrendously long, but I do hope you enjoyed it like I did. Enjoy listening to it like I did reading it and relating my thoughts about the book. I'll keep on more, so stay tuned, more are coming. And until then, like, share, subscribe, and yeah, just send an email to everybody you know and tell them, hey, watch this review. I guess. Until then, see you the next one. I'm out. Oh no. Until then, I remain yours with the quill. That's how I'm supposed to sign it. I think. Until the next one, I remain yours with the quill. Over and out. I remain yours with the quill. Over and out. So that's it. I remain yours with the quill. Over and out.